Well, guys, I tried to do a live broadcast on Twitter, and I was not happy with it. It did not come out very clear at all, so I don't know that I'll be doing that again. I played it was the 88 A's and the 82 Brewers. Let me get that. And the 82 Brewers won. Let me go ahead and let me go ahead and flip this around and so you guys can see that. This is the game I just played on Twitter, live on Twitter. And it came out just blurry, and my camera was upside down for half the game, so I don't like it. So the 82 Brewers won 4-1. Got out hit 7-8, but Burns was the loser for the A's, and McClure, the starting pitcher, he went basically 8 2/3. He did go 8 2/3, and he's the winner. And he's a C pitcher, by the way. He shut the A's down pretty much, scattered out 8 hits. So now we are ready for the second game of day 4. It's the 93 Giants at the 85 Cardinals. Let me double check here. Yeah. Just want to make sure I got things straight over there. Okay, looking at my schedule. And that is the case. On the mound, it's going to be Deshays for the Giants, Kepshire for the Cardinals. Let me bring up my broadcast here so I can see Fan-O-Matic and Tribe Fan. Thank you guys for joining me. Good to have you along on this January 2nd bowl game day. But this is baseball day also. So we'll look at the lineups. Both teams fielding one. For the Giants, basically their same lineup they've been using. It's Darren Lewis in center, McGee in right, Clark at first, as in Will Clark, Bonds in left, Matt Williams at third, Robbie Thompson at second, Jeff Reed catching as Manwaring is still out. He's got one more day to go. Clayton at short. Deshays will be hitting ninth and pitching. Cardinals go like this: Coleman in left, McGee in center, Herr at second, Jack Clark at first, 2 Clarks at first, this one Jack, Van Slyke in right, Pendleton at third, Porter catching. Ozzie Smith, he got dinged up in the last game, had to come out in the first inning, but he's back. And batting ninth and pitching is Kepshire. Both C pitchers, and their fatigue innings are not very long. 6th inning for Deshays and 5th inning for Kepshire. Have to keep an eye on that. Here comes Darren Lewis leading off. 56 is a 34. Kepshire has a W, so you gotta remember that one too. 34 is gonna be a pop out to short. No Y there. It would be a strikeout, but here's Willie McGee, and he gets a 0. And an 11, that is gone. Solo shot for Willie, the San Francisco version. There's Will Clark, 32. 26, he grounds out to Tommy Herr. Routine grounder. There's Barry Bonds. 46, and that's a 13. Big old strikeout. So the Willie McGee home run puts the Giants on top, 1-0. Bottom of 1, here's Vince Coleman. 46. Deshays does not have any kind of pitcher. What do you call it? Can't think of the name. 29 for Coleman. Grounds out back to Kepshire, or Deshays. Grounds out back to Deshays, who flips it over to Clark for 1 out. Here's Willie McGee, a 15, an 11. That'll be a single. Possible stolen base. He's a C stealer. I still haven't learned those yet. When behind by one, tied or ahead, they are tied. No, they're behind by one, not tied. So he will get the stolen base. Brings up Tommy Herr. 32-26. And Coleman, or McGee at second, at 26. And he grounds out to second. McGee goes to third. There's Jack Clark. 15 is an 8. We're on third. C pitcher. Single runner scores. Single for Clark. RBI. Willie McGee comes home. Ties the ball game up 1-1. And a 33 is a 6 for Van Slyke. And Clark at first. That may score him. With 2 outs, any runner scores. So a 2-out double for Van Slyke. And that scores Clark all the way around from first. And it's 2-1 now, Cardinals. Here's Pendleton, a 16. That's a 28. He grounds out to short. That will end the inning. But it's a 2-1 ball game here after 1 inning. Matt Williams to lead it off for the Giants. 31's a 9. That's going to be a pop out to third against a C pitcher. Brings up Robbie Thompson. 62 is the old 13 strikeout. Brings up Jeff Reed. 53 is an 18. And that's a first on an error. Error on, believe it or not, it's an error on Ozzie Smith. E6. So 2 down, and Reed at first after Ozzie boots one. Be sure and save that footage. A 54, 32. Reed at first. He flies out to right field. So there's a 0 for the put up by the Cardinals. And it's bottom of 2, and I know the shadows are terrible. There's Daryl Porter. 16 is a 28. It's ground out to short. Here's Ozzie. 21 is a 30. As he flies out to left field, gets the bat on the ball. Jonathan, how's it going? Thank you for joining me today. Here's the pitcher, Kepshire. I'm going to move that up just a hair. I like to keep the team names in there so you get an idea. Here, 53. Kepshire, 53 is a 13. That'll be a strikeout. 3 up, 3 down go the Cards. And do not flip the card. So 2-1, top of 3. Pitcher to Shays. I believe he is, isn't he related to Danny Shays? Basketball player, NBA player. A 13 is a 13. He will not walk, he will strike out. Darren Lewis, 64, and he strikes out. Four Ks in the game for Kepshire. And Willie Dean McGee with a 21 as a 30. That'll be a fly out to left field. So bottom of 3, 2-1 Cards. Top of the order, Vince Coleman, and a 31's a 10. That will be a solid single for Coleman. Will he take off? Yes, he will. He's an A stealer, a 31. DeShays moved to first as a +3. It's going to take him down to a 28. And let's see, check the catcher. Reed. He is a 0. So 28. A 28 means we need a 54 or less. 54 or less, and he's safe. 42, and he makes it rather easily. Single stolen base for Vince Coleman, and here's the Cardinal Willie McGee. 12 is a 29. Out of first, runner to third. He grounds out to first. Grounds it to Clark, who pitches to, or flips it to DeShays. Coleman moves to third. 2 down, or 1 out. Here's Tommy Herr. 42 is a 14. And that will be a walk. No bother looking. Or DeShays does not have a Z. So it's first and third. Not the worst thing in the world. 1 out. And Jack Clark. He singled and scored a run in the first. Off the Van Slyke double. 12-25. That's not going to do it. A 25 is going to be a double play. As they're playing deep, is a 6-4-3. 6-4-3, double play. So Coleman gets to third, but cannot come home. We'll move to the top of the fourth. Still 2-1 cards. Here's Will Clark. A 26, 22. A 22 first baseman. We need to check the... No, it's not a check on that one. So it is fielding 1. It is a 3-1 put out. Barry Bonds, he struck out his first time up. 24, and he's going to strike out again. Kepshire's got his number. 2 Ks for Bonds. Matt Williams, 55. That's a 7. That'll be a single. Second hit of the ball game for the Giants. 2 down, and here's Robbie Thompson, 35. That's a 9. But against a C pitcher, it's a ground out to third. So the combination not working for the Giants. You need 8s against a C pitcher, not 9s. So bottom of 4. Move that up. Van Slyke, he doubled in the first, 64. But he's going to strike out this time. DeShays gets him to chase 1. Max Cornelius. How's it going? Thank you. Thanks for coming aboard today. Here's Terry Pendleton, a 32. 26. Grounds out to second baseman, Robbie Thompson. So 2 down. Here's Darrell Porter. 54 is a 32, and he's going to fly out to right field. 3 up, 3 down, go the Cards. Top of 5. Always getting ahead of myself. There's top of 5. There's Jeff Reed. And this will be Kepshire's point or fatigue inning. As he is good till the 5th. This is the 5th, 41. A 28 to ground out to short for Reed. There's Clayton, 53. And 18 is another error on the shortstop. And it's an error all the way across the board. So Ozzie Smith, maybe that little injury he got when he and Coleman collided in the last game in the first inning. He had to come out. Maybe that maybe that's having a little bit of an effect on him here. So Clayton at first, DeShays batting now, the pitcher. And he's going to bunt. I know there's one out, but he's still going to try to bunt. 42-13, so that's going to be a strike. Foul strike. Try it again. 42, strike 2. All right, so he's going to hit away now. Actually, he's going to try to bunt again. 44-23. And that's a big backfire. It's a double play pop-up. It's a 1-1-3 pop-up to the pitcher. Double play. Clayton gets doubled off first. And that was a big backfire, like I said, for the Giants. So bottom of 6, bottom of 5. Again, getting ahead of myself. Bottom of 5, here's Ozzie. He's committed 2 errors today. 64-39. 39 is a strike. It would be a walk if he had a W like Kepshar does, but he does not have a W. And a 15, that's an 11. So single for Ozzie, and he might steal second here. He's a D stealer. And a D stealer says, only with 1 or 2 out, behind by 1, tied or ahead by 1. So there's nobody out. He will not be stealing. Kepshire, the batter, he's going to bunt. 36 is a 33. And it's the fielder's choice. He's safe at first. He bunts it back to Deshays. Deshays turns and gets Ozzie at second. And so Kepshire makes it to first on the fielder's choice. Brings up Vince Coleman. He's going to try to... He's going to hit and run. 33 is an 8. Hit and run, and we are facing a C pitcher. Okay, so it's a single to right, runner to third. S runner's out at third. He's not an S. Kepshire. Yep, against the C pitcher, that is a single. Works to perfection. Kepshire motors to third. So first and third, Coleman at first. He will try to steal again. Again, he is a 28. So we need a 50, what was it? A 54 or less. 45, so good stolen base. Second stolen base of the game for Coleman. Not unusual. And so it's second and third now with 1 out. Cardinals fan, Max, you're a Cardinals fan. That's nice. They are ahead 2-1. And they have runners at second and third with Willie McGee, the batter. The Giants are getting the bullpen going. It's Mike Jackson in the bullpen. And 1 out. They're contemplating here walking McGee to load the bases. Try for that double play off Tommy Herr. They are going to intentionally walk Willie McGee. Thanks to that stolen base by Coleman. McGee gets the intentional pass. Brings up Tommy Herr. Bases loaded. And 1 out. And a 65. Almost serious business there. But a 65, bases loaded, is a 35. And that is a strikeout. Good thing Deshays does not have a W because it would be a walk. So he gets her to strike out. It brings up Jack Clark, so they're not out of the woods yet. And a 63. Deshays comes back huge. 2 strikeouts. Gets out of a huge jam there. And the Cardinals come away with empty-handed, nothing. Let me see here. Yep, since what, 1997. 97. That's back in McGuire days, right? Top of 6. It's the top of the order. Darren Lewis, 21. Play 30, flies out to left field. So here's the San Francisco Willie McGee, 41. A 24, he grounds out to short. Brings up Jack Clark. Nope, wrong Clark. Will Clark. The San Francisco treat. 2 down, nobody on. 62-26. Grounds out to second. So Kepshire pitching a whale of a game here. That W has not come into effect yet. 3 up, 3 down, 6th. Bottom of 6, Deshays. He is now in his point of weakness inning. They've got Jackson warmed up, ready to go. Here's Van Slyke. He is 1 for 2. Double and a strikeout. A 44, that's an 8. That will be a single. That's what you need against C pitchers is the old 8, not a 9. So here's Pendleton. He's going to try to stay out of a double play. A hit and run, a 12, and that would have been a double play. 12 is a 25. And it still is a double play. Even on a hit and run, it's a double play line drive, 4-4-3. Lines out to second. Van Slyke gets doubled off first. So 2 down. Here's Darryl Porter, 22. There's an 8. That's a single. 2 singles in the inning. Brings up Ozzie. He's 1 for 2. 21, though, is a 30, and that will be a fly out to left field. That will end the inning. So Deshays gets through the 6th. As he will be, well, Kepshire needs to get through this inning. He's leading off the next inning, if he can. The Cardinals have Soup Campbell, warming up. Sledgehammer, Barry Bonds, 45. And that is a 14. Leadoff walk. For Barry, he's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And Matt Williams, he's going to hit away. Or is he going to try to hit and run? He's going to try to hit and run. 24 is a 13. That's a foul strike, I believe. Actually, hit and run, 13. Strike, runner out stealing. But I'm going to do like strat-o-matic does. We're going to figure out Bonds stealing. He's going to steal. He's going to have to steal. It's like in strat, you know, if you get the whatever roll it is, I think a 7 maybe. Then it says roll. Batter misses pitch, roll 20-sided die for steal results. That's what we're going to do here. And Bonds is a D stealer. He's a 27. Doesn't really matter if he's what letter he is because he has to steal here. It was a hit and run. So he's a 27. And Kepshire has moved to first as a 0. So no change there. Catcher, Porter. He is a -1, which actually adds 1 to Bonds. You want the pluses, not the minuses, so that adds 1. He is a 28. 28 means we need a... Well, we've already figured that out with Vince Coleman. 28 is a 54 or less. Pretty good opportunity here, and I'm trying to shake them like strat-o-matic. It's a 26. So Bonds makes it. He steals second on the missed hit and run attempt by Matt Williams. So Matt Williams still up. Bonds at second. And a 33 is a 0. Most likely going to score a run here. 51 is a 6. That will be a double. Double. Bonds comes home to score. And that will be all for Kepshire. Soup Campbell coming in. He is a B pitcher. And Campbell is good for 1 inning. Actually, he's immediately vulnerable in his 1 inning. He pitched 64 innings and 50 games. So, all right, nobody out, and Williams at second. Robbie Thompson now. A 64 is a 36. Wild pitch. So Campbell comes in and uncorks a wild one. That moves Williams to third. Still nobody out. Another 64, 36. Does he do it again? Runner on third. Wild pitch. Runner scores. So unbelievably, Campbell, control issues right out of the pen. And the Cardinals are going to have to look to the bullpen again. It's going to be, let's see. It's going to be, I got to see who pitched. It's going to be Ken Daly. Ken Daly warming. As Campbell comes in, uncorks 2 wild pitches, and Williams comes home and scores easily. There's still nobody out. And here's Robbie Thompson at 56. And now he comes back and strikes him out. Maybe he's got things under control here. Here's Jeff Reed. 53s and 18. Don't even tell me that's another error on Ozzie Smith. That is another error on Ozzie Smith, the old 18. And that's 2 times Jeff Reed has hit one to Ozzie that he could not handle. Still nobody out. Reed at first. 2 times he's reached on an error. 22 is a 7. And Reed at first. Single right runner to third. Reed moves to third. Giants looking to come up with a big inning here. First and third, 1 out. And Deshaies the pitcher up. But they're going to bring in a pinch hitter. Can't be Man-Waring. He's out with injury. It's going to be Mark Carrion. Pinch hitting for Deshaies. Dude, something just happened. And I will check on that later, but something fell off the wall, I think. So Carrion pinch hitting a 34, a 31. And we got first and third. He flies out as a sac fly to center. A sac fly to center for Carrion. Sac fly to center, that's an RBI. As Reed comes home to score, it's unearned. Back to the top of the order, 2 down, and Clayton at first. Let's see what Clayton is. What kind of a stealer is he? Not much. He's a C stealer. C Steeler behind, let's see, after the 6th inning. With any number of outs when behind by 1, tied, or ahead by any number, he can steal. So Mark Clayton, I want to say Mark Clayton, Royce Clayton. Mark Clayton, wide receiver for OU and back in the day. So C Steeler, he's a 21. Campbell, 0, moved to first, and it's going to make him a 22 because Porter's a -1, which is bad in Apba. You want pluses. So it makes him a 22. I mean, we need a 44 or less. And it's a 45. Wow, he gets thrown out. He gets thrown out. As Lewis is at the plate, it's a 2 to 4. Porter guns him down. So that ends it. 3 runs, though, for the Giants. I'm not writing very good today. Earthquake. You guys heard that, huh? Yeah, it might have been. I didn't really feel the ground move, though. But all right, so bottom of 7, 4-2 Giants. Campbell would be leading off. He is not going to be batting. He's going to be Cesar Cedeno. Cesar Cedeno in pinch hitting. 31. That's a 9. And I got to bring a new pitcher in. Mike Jackson, my bad. Jackson is pitching now. Jackson. And he was a B pitcher. But a 9 against a B is a single. So Cedeno leads off with a single. Top of the order. Here's Coleman. Does he hit and run, or does he just hit away? They're down 4-2. You want to stay out of that double play. I don't think he gets doubled up very much. He's going to hit away. 32. They 26. I don't need to set those down. 26 is a fielder's choice. See, he beats it out. They try to turn it, can't do it. It's a 4-6 here. Fielder's choice for Coleman. He doesn't have very many double play results. So 2 down or 1 out, and here's McGee. Actually, Coleman's going to try to steal again, and we know he's a 28, which is a 54 or less. 24. Stolen base, 3rd of the game for Coleman. So McGee up now with Coleman at 2nd. 32. 26. And it's a ground out to 2nd. Coleman moves to 3rd. So 2 down, Coleman at 3rd again. Can he come home this time? He didn't in the 3rd. Tommy Herr, he's a 0 for 2 with a strikeout. 12-25. And he lines out to 2nd to end it for the Cards. They come up empty. So top of 7, top of 8, not bad, top of 8. The thing falling off the wall has got me rattled here. All right, top of the order. Excuse me. And it is not Campbell, it's Daly coming in for the Cards. B pitcher XYZ, so that's good. And he's got the top of the order, Darren Lewis. 25, that's an 11. That'll be a single. Yeah, C Steeler. Does he get the stolen base? If they're ahead by any number after the 6th inning, he does steal. So, single stolen base. And here's the other Willie McGee with a man on second. See if he can do better for the Giants. He does not. He strikes out. So 1 out. Lewis at second. Here's Will Clark. 16's a 28. 28, he grounds out to short. Lewis will have to hold. So 2 down. Here's Barry Bonds. Do you walk Bonds? I mean, he's 0 for 3. 0 for 4. No, he's 0 for 3. 0 for 2. I'm looking at Clark. He's 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts and a walk. Do you walk him to face Matt Williams? In real life, they probably would walk him. Hello, Jerry. Thank you for joining me. They're going to walk him. Try to keep in tune with real life here. So, 2 down, first and second, Matt Williams. And it's a 55, it's a 7. 7 against a B pitcher. That's going to be a single, 1 scores. Other to third. S is out at home, but Darren Lewis is definitely not an S. So they get a run. Bonds goes to third. Williams RBI. First and third, here's Robbie Thompson. One more hitter walk. Daly's going to have to come out. And they've got Rick Horton warming just in case. 23, that'll do it, a 12. Runners on first and third. They're playing deep, of course. It's a ground ball to first. So it's a ground ball to Clark, and he runs over, touches the first base bag, and it ends the inning, but they pick up a run. My writing is just terrible today. 5-2 Giants. 5-2 Giants, bottom of the 8th. Mike Jackson out for another inning of work. Here's Jack Clark, a 16, 28. He grounds out to short. Here's Van Slyke. He's 2 for 3. He's having a pretty good start to the season. A 22's an 8. That's going to be a pop out to... That's a fly out to center. My bad. Fly out to center. So 2 down. Here's Terry Pendleton. 46, 27, and that will be a strikeout by Jackson with the X next to his grade. So top of 9. Top of 9, and Cardinals are going to bring in a new pitcher. It's going to be Todd Worrell. He's a C pitcher. They don't want to wear their bullpen out too much. C pitcher, he's got Jeff Reed, who is reached base twice on an error by Ozzie Smith. Very unusual. 46 for Reed is a strikeout for Worrell. And here's Clayton. 43 is a 29. And that will be a strikeout as Worrell has an X. Brings up the pitcher, Jackson. It's 5-2, so yeah, they're going to go with a pinch hitter. Rod Beck warming for the Giants. It'll be Todd Benzinger. Todd Benzinger. Two outs, nobody on. And he flies out to left. Flies out to Vince Coleman out there in left field. So we move to the bottom of the ninth. And the closer, Rod Beck, will be coming on. A with a K and a Z. Strikeout man. And he's got Porter, Smith, and a pinch hitter. I'm picking up the Giants. 15 for Porter. That's a 10. And that is a leadoff single for the catcher, Darryl Porter. It brings up Ozzie. Got to hit away. They need 3 runs. Thinking about bringing in a pinch runner here. Tito Landrum's going to pinch run. And how do I want to do that? Landrum. Pinch runner. Landrum pinch running. He is an F. So here's Ozzie. 45. That will be 2 balls on Ozzie. Beck has a Z. 36. 33. Pops out to third. Actually, K is a strikeout. Rod Beck with the K. So pinch hitter coming up. And it's going to be Stephen Braun. Stephen Braun with Porter still at first. 1 out. 22's an 8. And that is a ground out to the first baseman, who has to flip back to Beck. Clark flips to Beck for the out. So 2 down, back to the top of the order. Vince Coleman, he is, what is he, 2 for 4? 3 stolen bases. And Landrum's at first. It's 62, but Vince Coleman cannot handle Rod Beck. Rod Beck strikes him out to end the game. Cardinals drop to 1-3. Giants improved to 3-1 as they win 5-2. Hits for the Giants: 1, 2. Wow, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 hits. They all came in. Well, let's see. Basically 2 innings. For the Cardinals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 hits for the Cardinals. So they out-hit them, but lose the game 5-2. Errors, 2, 3. Was it 3 errors by Ozzie? All 3 by Ozzie. Yeah, they got 3 18s in that game. That's 3 on the Cardinals, not the Giants. The Giants had... I don't believe the Giants had an error. They got the big 0. So there you go. That's going to be, let's see, Deshaies the winner. I believe Deshaies was the winner. When did he come out? He came out in the... He pitched the 6th. He pitched the, what, 6th? Yeah. Actually, I think Jackson's the winner. He pitched the 7th inning. Deshays pitched the 6th. Jackson pitched the 7th. Actually, Deshays is the winner. He pitched the last inning before they scored the runs. So win, hold, Jackson, save, Beck. Kepshire loser. Let's see here. What's going on? Yeah, 3 E's on Ozzy. No way. I know. Better check my dice. Something ain't right. They came up with 3 18s with nobody on base. Yep. Nobody on base and an 18. First on an error on the shortstop. And he is fielding 1. It's still an error on the shortstop. So, yeah, pretty amazing. The Giants got that 18 on 53, I think. Or actually, it was Jeff Reed had 2 of them. Yeah, 18 on 53. Clayton's got 1, and he had the other one. So Reed got 2 53s, and Clayton got a 53. And there you go, 3 errors on Ozzy. It's like I said, in the last game, he had got dinged up. He got dinged up in the first inning of the last game when he and Coleman collided and had to come out. And so I'm thinking he got a little hangover there from maybe a slight concussion. And so, you know, he's a little off kilter a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. There's the second game of day 4. And earlier today, if you guys just joining me, I played a game on Twitter, which did not turn out very well. As far as the video quality, it was blurry, and I just didn't like it at all. So, but here's the result of that game. The Brewers beat the A's 4-1. So the Brewers have come back after losing their first 2 and now 2-2. Oakland now 1-3. And we move to the third game of day 4, which is going to be the 2-5 matchup, 84 Tigers and the 95 Indians. It'll be at Detroit. Give me a few minutes and I'll probably come back and play that one. I'll get all set up and come back and we'll play it. So until then, I'll see you in a bit. Take care.